Goblin Slayer is a Japanese dark fantasy light novel series turned manga and animated television series originally written by Kumo Kayu and illustrated by Noboru Kanetsuki. Originally written and illustrated as a light novel series first published online by SB Creative of February 15, 2016, the manga remake of this series was first serialized in Square Enix's Seinen manga magazine, Monthly Big Ganon, on May 25, 2016, which itself has also been adapted into an anime by the Japanese animation studio White Fox, starting on October 7th, 2018.
It's better when there are no goblins.
Originally written by Kumo Kayu, with illustrations by Noboru Kanetsuki, the series follows an inexperienced priestess whose first adventure goes wrong and is ultimately saved by a silver-ranked adventurer who only concerns himself with hunting goblins, named Goblin Slayer. After which, we follow the pair through a fantastical world as they cleanse the world of goblins through numerous quests provided by the local Adventurers Guild. Unlike series within the dark fantasy genre, the characters in this story do not carry proper names, but are instead named by their class or professions. Priestess, a young woman with long blonde hair and blue eyes, is the first member of Goblin Slayer's party and frequently accompanies him during adventures. Typically seen wearing white robes over blue garbs laced with golden outlines and wielding a golden-colored sounding staff decorated with blue jewels, a tool which she uses to cast her various miracles. Priestess is characterized by her kindness and frail and delicate looks, as well as her ability to be both able to shed tears and go red-faced when troubled while equally being able to maintain her assertiveness in conversation. Though Kumo Kayu, the series author, considers the text-board version of Goblin Slayer, which some fans of the series consider to be the origins of the story, since it features key characters like Priestess and Goblin Slayer, while keeping the general idea of hunting goblins, independent and significantly different to the light novel series, it does in fact have a few rough designs for certain characters. Priestess is one such character who, through the use of ASCII art, was initially given the design of the female priest from Dragon Quest III as a placeholder. Goblin Slayer, an inexperienced silver-ranked adventurer who only concerns himself with hunting goblins, is not only the one who rescued the priestess, but the main character of the series. Despite being a silver-ranked adventurer, Goblin Slayer is equipped in weathered leather armor, placed atop chainmail paired with his signature battle-scarred helmet, which was originally decorated with two full horns at the left and right sides that had been worn down to mere nubs. Like the priestess, Goblin Slayer was also given a placeholder design in the original textboard version of Goblin Slayer as the restless armor from Dragon Quest using ASCII art. Outside the main duo, we have High Elf Archer, a 2,000-year-old elf, an age which is considered young by elven standards, whose journey to the frontier to find Goblin Slayer and request his aid in both fighting demons and destroying a larger goblin's nest near elven territory. Besides her long ears that confirm her status as a high elf Archer is slender and tall in appearance with green hair that is long in the back and short in the front, with two braids at the side. She sports a green sleeveless archer corset, shorts, a pair of uneven black gloves, knee-high boots, and a hood. When on an adventure, she wears an additional black sleeve over her left arm, serving as an arm guard for her bow arm. Despite her great age, High Elf Archer is still quite innocent to the darker aspects of the world, and on her first quest with Goblin Slayer, she witnesses the brutal and severely overlooked cruelty of the goblins for the first time. Dwarf Shaman, a dwarf who first became an adventurer to experience exotic tastes that could accompany his fire wine, journeyed to the frontier along with his party to find Goblin Slayer. Besides his short stature, which his incredible strength stands in contrast to, Dwarf Shaman's appearance is also marked by his long white beard, decorated by various knots in multiple sections, which he often strokes as a habit, and an Eastern-style outfit which includes both a cuirass and a wine gourd at its waist. Lizard Priest, a lizard man adventurer who arrives alongside his companions High Elf Archer and Dwarf Shaman to the frontier in hopes of speaking to Goblin Slayer and recruiting his aid as another strong adventurer in the coalition of races fighting against the Demon Lord, one of the main antagonists of the Goblin Slayer series and the ruler of the demons. As a lizard man, Lizard Priest has green skin decorated with scales and horns on his head, and sports what appears to be tribal tattoos in the form of white marks across his cheeks. In terms of his attire, Lizard Priest's equipment consists of what is presumed to be traditional garb among the priesthood of his people and a chest guard. Though he carries himself in a calm and composed demeanor, often speaking to others politely and addressing all in a respectful manner, His intimidating physique and towering stature makes him an unnerving, imposing figure even to his friends.
And that's bad. People shouldn't enjoy this because that means people are
Still, this is quite an odd party. A high elf traveling with her ancestral foe, a dwarf, and a member of the rarely glimpsed lizard man race. Plus,
Before becoming a light series novel and subsequently receiving a manga and anime adaptation, Goblin Slayer originally began as an online text board, a simple kind of text-based internet forum, with the separation between it and the traditional forums being that text board allows users to post without registration, and often encourage anonymous discussion, first posted in October of 2012. The text board version used a combination of ASCII art, a graphic design technique that uses computers for presentation, and consists of pictures pieced together from 95 of 128 printable characters. In general, it's also used loosely to refer to text-based visual art, and a basic dialogue, a format known as Yaro thread on Japanese internet. Before the online version was completed, the series was rewritten into the format of a novel, and submitted to numerous competitions organized by various publishers in hopes of getting it published. This of course means the original rewrite, that is the novel version, was completed before the online version. However, the novel was subsequently amended to match the ending of the online version, which was supposedly created according to the real-time feedback from the users on the internet, most likely through the use of comments. Though the novel version failed to win awards in the Fujimi Fantasia contest, it was eventually picked up by editors at GA Bunko, a publishing label affiliated with the Japanese publishing company SB Creative, when Kaiju enrolled his collective works into their competition and, after being published online, had its first volume published on February 15th of 2016. A total of 14 volumes have since been released in Japan under SB Creative's GA Bunko imprint as of March of 2021. According to an interview conducted by the YouTuber The Anime Man from 2018 with Goblin Slayer creator Kaiju Kuma, the motif of Goblin Slayer actually came from the American comics like Batman and the Punisher. In that, rather than this being a world-level hero that saves the entire planet like Superman, the Goblin Slayer is like a small-time hero that isn't as powerful who defeats the local criminals and thugs.
What is this place?
A goblin waste heap.
You don't mean...
In the same year of the release of the first volume, a manga adaptation by Kazuko Kuros, a Japanese mangaka best known for being the artist of When Supernatural Battles Become Commonplace, and the author/artist of Fate/Stay Night, DNA comic manga anthology, The Idolmaster, Dearly Stars, Nui Green, and Te, to Tetrion, began serialization in June 2016 issue of Square Enix's Siena Manga Magazine, Monthly Big Ganon, on May 25th of 2016. The manga is also licensed in the West by Yen Press, an American manga and graphic novel publisher, who at the same time licensed the light novel series and have gone on to release 10 of the 11 manga volumes and 13 of the 14 light novels since their acquisition of the series on May 13th of 2016. As a dark fantasy series, a subgenre defined as a literary, artistic, and cinematic work that incorporates disturbing and frightening themes of fantasy, combined with the elements of horror and frequently with a dark tone and/or a sense of horror and dread, it might not surprise some that the series has received some backlash since its release on February 15th of 2016. In July of 2020, the Sydney branch of the Books Kinokuniya store chain, a Japanese bookstore chain operated by the Kinokuniya company headquartered in Meguro, Tokyo, removed 7 manga titles: Eromanga Sensei, Sword Art Online, Goblin Slayer, No Game No Life, Inside Mari, Parallel Paradise, and Dragonair Academy from its shelves following a written complaint by the South Australian legislator Connie Bonaros. In a letter to the branch, Bonaros wrote that she was concerned that the bookstore was hosting material that featured child exploitation and called for the removal of quote-unquote these offensive books. While she did not specify which series or title she had in mind when writing her letter, Kinokuniya's vice president Kajiro Mori wrote back and subsequently removed the 7 manga titles mentioned earlier.
And tasteless, because frankly there are plenty of other
Must be nice. Miracles from the gods make things a lot easier.
You know it's not that simple.
Outside the light novel series and manga adaptation, the world and characters of Kumokayu and Noboru Kanetsuki's Goblin Slayer have also been adapted into an animated television series. Produced by the Japanese animation studio White Fox, well known for having also adapted Steins Gate and RE, Zero Starting Life in Another World, the series is directed by Takaharu Ozakai, a Japanese film director best known for having Wave, Let's Go Surfing, and Persona 5, the animation, The Daybreakers, with scripts penned by Hariyuki Kurata and Yusuke Kuroda, character designs by Takashi Nagayoshi, and music composition by Kenshiro Suerihiro. Announced on May 25th of 2018 through Karawaka's Bookwalker website and a short sneak peek at the 2018 Anime Expo, an American anime convention held in Los Angeles, California, and organized by a non-profit society for the promotion of Japanese animation, the first season aired for 12 24-minute long episodes from October 7th to December 30th of 2018 on ATX, Tokyo MX, Sun TV, and BS11. An English dub variant of the anime was announced by Funimation on October 3rd of 2018 through an official post on their website detailing the upcoming fall 2018 simuldub, an English dubbed anime that's created and available to watch sometimes as soon as the same day as the original Japanese broadcast lineup, which has included other noteworthy series like That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime and SSSS Gridman, to name a few, with the first dubbed episode having aired on October 25th of 2018. Much like its manga counterpart, the first season had its own fair share of public criticism. One significantly noteworthy critique the series got during the premiere of its first episode was due to a mistake made by Crunchyroll, who misrated the TV series as TV PG when it first aired. Crunchyroll has since given the series a TV rating of TV MA and added a content warning after tweeting an apology on October 11th of 2018. Despite the criticism the series received in its first season for its graphic and dark content, a second season was announced through a tweet made by G.A. Bunko on January 31st of 2021, with a special visual teaser in the form of an untitled poster and a message detailing that a second season was in production, and to keep an eye on both the official Twitter and website for more information.
With metal plates over top. This was
This is something I've already suspected for a while, but now I'm completely convinced. You're going to drive me crazy if you continue to surprise me with every move you make.
Thank you for watching. My name is Charming, and if you want to know more about me, check out my Twitter, @CharmingVO. If you want to watch or read the series in its entirety for yourself, as well as read and watch the additional content related to the manga and anime adaptation, you can find links to everything mentioned in both the description and pinned comment below. Make sure to hit subscribe and that like button below if you enjoyed the video, as well as leave a comment as to which anime, movie, or game series you'd like us to cover in a future video. If you enjoyed this video and would like to not only see them continue, but also improve in quality, consider supporting us on Patreon, link in the description below.